Beautiful Los Angeles, California. It's known as the City of Angels. It's a city where dreams are made, it's where they're destroyed, and it's apparently a city that if you live there, you want to have direct deposit because it's also the bank robbery capital of the world as seen in Den of Thieves. I won't deny these are guilty pleasure movies for me. These are my equivalent to blockbuster comic book movies. I just love cop-themed crime dramas, and with the added element of a heist movie, I was all in. You have a group of skilled criminals, the baddest of the bad, led by Pablo Schreiber. So what are you going to need to stop them? More bad guys, but ones with badges, led by Gerard Butler, who I will say definitely shined in this role and more than made up for the Geostorm debacle only a few months ago. So let's dive into the pros and cons of this movie. First, the positives. I really thought the story was interesting and it had many layers to it to keep the unpredictability up and the intrigue going. It took the time to develop some of the characters as well as other elements to the story that are often either glossed over or just simply insinuated in these heist films. The movie is admittedly long. It hovers around that 2 hour and 20 minute mark, which is going to drag for some, but I definitely think if you enjoy this genre like I do, you're not going to mind the length and you're just going to find it to be a very detailed story that itself still does hold a swift pace. Like I said, it's a long story, but it's continually progressing. So for that aspect, I think the use of the runtime was very effective in continually developing things up until the third act. I felt the performances were also great for the tone of this story. These guys all look like people you do not want to run into in a dark alley, and for a film loaded with as much bravado as this one, you need these intimidating characters to sell these moments, and they absolutely do. There was also a nice, engaging, and very natural chemistry amongst all the cast members. The uneasy dynamics between some characters felt very genuine, as did the rapport between others, and I thought it was mostly in part due to the very organic performances from the ensemble cast. This film weaves some very strong moments of tension, and I think the intense performances sell these scenes with the full impact. I thought Gerard Butler was a great lead, and he felt perfectly tailored for this role as the leader of this skilled unit. He really does capture the emotion in sections of the film that focus more on his private life, and he delivers all that torment and determination of a burnt-out cop very effectively, using a lot of mannerisms and expressions and gestures very well. I thought Pablo Schreiber was also fantastic. He delivered all you want from an antagonist. He felt every bit of the formidable threat to Butler and his unit. He was absolutely physically capable. He was trained, he was determined, and he was intelligent, and Schreiber captured all this effortlessly with his performance. I mean, sure, over the years he kind of has been typecast as variations of this character, but he is damn good at it, and I think he's a very underrated actor. Now, as for the action in this movie, I thought it was fantastic. The shootouts are awesome, the gunplay is extremely well choreographed and orchestrated, the scenes are raw and gritty and relentless. There was a strong foreboding intensity to some of the scenes that really add a great element of tension to them, and they kept the scenes grounded and realistic without trying to overdo it with hyperviolence. And I'm going to give Den of Thieves 85% on the entertainment meter. I will admit it does have some familiar tropes in the genre, but it does actually manage to weave an interesting and feasible plot. I mean, sure, the plan is a little oversimplified at times for the degree of difficulty that I thought it had. I'm not saying that if I wasn't in this crew and we're going over the plans, I wouldn't say we're kind of really hoping on a lot of conveniences to pull this thing off, but it's not real life. It's a movie. It's a crime drama. It's a heist film with some action, and for that aspect, it was a good one. It does spend a little bit too much time on Butler's private life with a handful of scenes that kind of deliver the same message we could have gotten in maybe one or two, which does, in my opinion, take away time from getting to know a little bit more about Schreiber's character of Merriman, but overall, it doesn't hinder the entertainment of this movie that much. And also, for the runtime, it could have maybe used one more shootout or car chase somewhere in that second act to kind of break the lull, but the action it does provide is fantastic, and Butler takes a generic character and he really makes the most out of him, and with a story that has a lot of twists and turns in it, they all come across as clever and not forced, and for that aspect, I left the theater with a smile on my face. And that's my review of Den of Thieves, guys. Now, if you're still here, I have one digital movie giveaway today. I have one copy of Baby Driver. All you gotta do is go to the site you see below, enter the code you see on screen. If you get it first, that movie's yours, and I hope you enjoy it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I definitely appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch all the new reviews. As always, I'm Anthony. This is the Silver Screen Analysis, and I'll see you at the movies.